What is going on YouTube? My name is Fester and today we're talking about my new computer. So I decided when I started recording computer game videos that I really wanted a new computer because it just would make everything run smoother while I was recording. It could make editing a lot easier. So when I was deciding to build, I was deciding whether to go AMD or Intel. First I made an AMD APU-C computer and I was like, you know what? Not for me. It's not going to have enough horsepower. So I decided to go with Intel. Now the processor was an Intel i5-4570. It's quad-core, clocked at 3.2 gigahertz, and honestly it's a beast and I got it for a really good price. I bought it used, but if you don't buy used, it's going to be around $200, even $230 I believe. To go with the processor, I brought the ASRock Z97 motherboard. The socket is at LGA 1150, and it is just a really good deal. It comes with a bunch of PCI Express expansion slots, so I can put a bunch of stuff in later if I want to. I'm not sure if it's SLI or Crossfire compatible. It doesn't really matter because I don't plan on using 2 graphics cards. Also, it has I believe it has at least 4 USB 3.0s on the back and 2 USB 2.0s. I really wanted a lot of USB expansion. And that's about it for the motherboard. It was a really good deal. I got it for about, I think, $100 some. I'm going to put the prices for everything here. Next is the graphics card. Now, I had a really hard time choosing the graphics card. Ultimately, I chose the GeForce GT 740 by EVGA. It's super clocked. It has 4 gigs of VRAM. 4 gigs! The reason I decided that was purely because of that. It's a really good card and I saw really good reviews for it online. And 4 gigs of VRAM, come on. And it's factory overclocked, so I'm getting the max performance I can get out of it. Power supply was nothing special. It's just a 500 watt EVGA power supply. It's I think it's a bronze certified power supply, so that's nothing too special. And what this all was going in was a Corsair 100R case. It has 2 front USB 3.0 slots, and I love it. It's light, but it has some bulk to it. It just feels like a really good case. It also has built-in cooling. It has a front fan and a back fan that has a push through pull, and it has a controller on it too. And the reason why it's called a 100R is because it has soundproofing technology in it. Not really technology, just has padding on the sides and cases, and at the front, and on the top. So it makes it run really quiet even when I'm editing videos and whatnot. I also went with 8 gigs of RAM. I got G.Skill RIP Jaws, something. It's DDR3 and 1600 megahertz. It's really not that special. I just wanted to get a decent kit of 8 GB RAM. And for the hard drive, I just got a 1 terabyte WD Blues hard drive. I'm thinking about putting my Windows onto an SSD that I'm going to buy here soon, but the hard drive really hasn't been working that slow for me. So it's sort of your personal preference. If you want to put some extra money into getting a 250 gig SSD, then go ahead. So with all those components, my computer came out to be around $642 with the Windows. That is a really good deal for getting an i5 processor, a really decent graphics card. It just takes a little while for you to find the best deals for whatever components that you want to get. And I bought all this stuff over 3 weeks, so I had a little bit of a range of time that I could plan out my buying when I would have more money, so I could buy a bit more expensive of a component, whatnot, like stuff like that. Now this is with Windows, so if you have another Windows license that you can use, it'll only be around $540 for an Intel i5 build. Let's get into building it. So yeah, I wanted to do a build log of this thing, but I got so excited that when I finally got it, I just sort of put everything together. So I decided I would just give you some tips if you ever want to build a computer. It is a process. You're gonna have some problems. Not really big problems, but some that would be a little bit discouraging. Like when I finally got this all booted up, put Windows on it, I couldn't connect to the internet, and I didn't know why. silly me, I needed to download drivers. But the freaking motherboard drivers didn't have the internet drivers I needed. So that's why I suggest on top of your boot USB drive, you have another USB drive to dedicate to installing drivers from. So once you get those internet drivers, you can get on the internet, download stuff for your graphics card, your motherboard, your processor, and you'll be all peachy. I also ran into some trouble that I thought was going to be detrimental to my computer. About a week into having it, it said I had a hard drive error, and I was like, I just bought this thing. So I ran some diagnostics, came up with nothing. So I just ran the computer in safe mode for a little bit, and it's been fine ever since. Also, I definitely suggest getting a terabyte external hard drive, because you run these things through USB and you're working with footage off of them. It's really not that bad. It's really not slow either. And plus you can back up anything you want to it. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to have stuff that you can re-download on it, because you'll just be taking up space that you could otherwise be using. Yeah, but as you can see, my cable management skills are like probably 0.59 out of 10. I really didn't care that all that much about it, just because, you know, this is my first computer build, and it really doesn't make sense for me to freak out too much about cable management. Yeah, this Corsair case was a wonder to build in. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of room for cable management behind this panel, just because the way it bulges out. Thinking of other tips that I could have for building this thing. Oh yeah, for your CPU fan, make sure that those pins, you pull all those pins back before you try to put them into the motherboard, because I didn't do that and I almost broke my fan. Yeah. Don't do that. I almost destroyed a fan that I just paid like $15 for. So yeah, guys, this is what I am calling the Great Gambino. Yeah, I know it's pretty gay, but I think it's gonna serve me well. And if you ever need any suggestions or just some tips to build a computer, I suggest going to Linus Tech Tips, or I think his name is Swashin. He's more on like the aesthetic side of things. Also, NCIX Tech Tips, Newegg.com. They all have really good build logs and stuff to help you build your first computer, and they really helped me. I wouldn't not have been able to do this without watching so many of Linus's videos. So huge thanks to him, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alright guys, so a quick rundown of how this thing works in-game. I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike and both of the Fallout games that are on PC right now, and Counter-Strike on low settings, because my monitor that I use isn't 1080p, it doesn't really make sense to run super high settings, has been getting around 200 frames per second, and if you play Counter-Strike in any sort of way, having a high frame rate is amazing, even for a 60Hz monitor like mine. For Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I'm getting even 60 frames just because they have a frame cap on them. I'm pretty sure I can get over that on ultra settings, so the video card is a beast. Now, as far as editing videos, this thing is a dream. It renders really fast, especially if you're just doing like 720 30 frames, which was what I was doing my Cry of Fear video in. It's just a breeze, and I love it. So yeah, if you have any questions about how building a PC, just how to do it, or what components that you should use, you can ask me in the comments below. I'll give you my personal, not even close to being professional opinion, and link down in the description will be the PC parts list that I use. There's this website called PC Part Picker. It checks for compatibility of all your stuff, and it's just an amazing site if you're looking to build a computer. So, until next time, you stay classy. Peace out.